It's a one-of-a-kind procedure being done here in San Antonio to put a stop to what can be an embarrassing condition. That's coming up. San Antonio recently ranked as the sweatiest city in the country, but did you know thousands of people here in San Antonio sweat profusely even when it's cold outside? They suffer from a condition called hyperhidrosis, and for many it means sweaty hands, sweaty feet, and sometimes even their face 24/7. But now there's a new procedure in our city that will cure it. And tonight we follow one of our very own Fox co-workers as he goes under the knife. Since he was a child, 26-year-old Raul Cadena has had sweaty palms and sweaty feet.
Sometimes my hands get so bad that I see a drop will form on my hand. It
doesn't just happen in stressful and heated situations, it's all the time and affects everything he does.
When I open the door, I kind of have to wipe the handle because it's wet. When I write a check and I have my hand on the table, I leave an imprint of my hand. When I'm when I'm touching paper, paper sticks to my hands.
And to top that, Raul says the daily handshake is the worst.
You can wipe it, and as soon as you wipe it, it's sweaty again.
But Dr. David Nielson of San Antonio says that is not necessary. In fact, he's developed an improved surgical technique that will solve Raul's problem of hyperhidrosis for good. And today he allowed our cameras in the prep room and operating room to see what the procedure is all about.
And I use the tip of this 11 blade to make the small incision. And I go in through a very tiny incision. It's about that big, and I make the incision in the underarm area, right just beneath the pectoralis muscle here, right back in here. And then I use a little bit of carbon dioxide to push the lung off the nerve enough to see it.
The nerve Dr. Nielson is referring to is this one. You can see it here. It's called the sympathetic nerve, and it's the culprit causing all the wetness. You're able to see the nerve through a specialized camera Dr. Nielson calls an endoscope.
I insert through that single incision this little scope, and it projects on a big television about this big, a big monitor, the picture, or in other words, the area of interest. In this case, it's the ribs and the sympathetic nerve crossing the ribs. And then I have a little micro scissor that I use to precisely divide the sympathetic nerve at the upper border of the second rib.
By slicing the nerve, Raul's hands and feet will dry up in less than a day, something that still astonishes most patients.
It's unbelievable that something could make that much of a difference to where their hands are dry and warm. And they're just beyond just even imagination that could actually happen.
Of course, we weren't able to talk to Raul after the surgery, but he told us earlier he has big plans after recovery.
Go out and meet people. Go out and shake some hands.